Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Chickens, the podcast where chickens fight back. Episode 21.
Oh my god!
It's been forever.
My
We are
bad.
very glad to be back. And so, in order to kind of bring everyone up to speed, including everyone here, we'll recap last episode as usual. So, last episode, our heroes found themselves to be in Droda when the front of the attacking Steelfist Legion soldiers entered the town and proceeded to make their first real rush against the Ashen Lands on the east coast. And whenever they invaded, our heroes were able to stop them and at least stall the invasion a bit further, and they retreated towards the bridge and ran with their tails between their legs. Otherwise, after the battle, they met with the Urgon Fangfoot, one of the main leaders of the Ashen Land military, and he brought them all of the heroes in for questioning, asked them what their names were, what their group name was, still undecided, and what their goal overall is and what they want to do. After this questioning, they proceeded to go and give sleeping quarters to them within the soldier barracks, and they went to sleep pretty early, so like 9-10 ish, and then they woke up and it pretty early therefore, and when they woke up there was rumbling on the ground. When they woke up, soldiers were going all over the place, and when they asked Ergon Fangfoot of what was going on at the time, they said that it was a ground rumbling from Thessagia, and that it was from another nation of Foderos, and so it was far away. But they said that the monster like erupted out of the ground, presumably the same monster that our heroes fought at one of their first encounters, and it proceeded to shake the earth and destroy Thessagia. So now Foderos is in ruins. At least Thessagia is in Foderos, the capital. And now our heroes are making made a choice that to continue pursuing the Steelfist Legion in order to gather the military to go fight this beast underground. And now they are going to, and presumably they're going to get equipment and get ready to go in. And that is where we left off last time. So we begin.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Correct.
that
And
was our
you guys
plan.
did find out that the current leader is in his 60s. So
That was
Yeah.
a plan that we kind of don't really agree with, but we're gonna go for it anyway because we believe in Lyris, right?
Yeah. We're gonna be your personal cheerleaders.
Yeah, exactly. Give me an L.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who we appreciate? Sorry.
Lyris.
you slept in a soldier's barracks. Like Ergon Fang,
Yeah, I
it
remember.
was a bit last minute, and Ergon Fangfoot didn't expect guests, and all the betting he could give you at the last minute was soldier's barracks, where he housed the soldiers that fought in the battle yesterday, and it was very loud and very kind of gross actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
So
there
slept
wasn't
in
a
the
Premier
middle.
Inn nearby.
yeah, so uh
He's still with us, right? Because I
yeah,
swear,
he's
like
still
I'm
with
in
us.
the
Yeah,
middle,
yeah,
but I think Rhea's on
Salem
the.
is a she. Salem is a she in this.
Yeah,
Remember?
she.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Saul isn't here anymore though. I believe
Make things
Saul
more
left with
confusing. Yeah.
Beatrice.
Mm-hmm. So right now, you guys left off in like the streets of Droda, and like there are soldiers like bustling all around you. It is all around very loud. They're like soldiers marching. They're like ordering others around to go, and like you can see the chain of command among all the troops, going from like the leader Ergon Fangfoot down to his sub commanders, then to his actual infantry, and they're forming others, and then beginning to march out of Droda, and you can presumably to go up north, and gathering other forces around the Ashen Land, as Ergon Fangfoot informed you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
0, bit low, yeah. So you're walking through Droda. Right now they're kind of at a state of quite emergency, as I'm sure many areas are right now. And currently, when you're walking through the streets, you see a lot of like the the orc soldiers and all of them beginning to like, sort of move and organize themselves to go and do this. But you see a lot of like the whatever few goblin soldiers there are in the military. They're managing themselves, but there are some businesses that are like basically just like business as usual because their businesses directly affect the soldiers and their well being. Like there's still some like stores where they sell like cured meats and such, and like some sort of like steak and every and whatever's available when they where they can find at the Ashen Lands. And if you're looking for rations, presumably you look around. There's like I'm sure there's like fruit stands from all over the Ashen Lands. There's all kinds of stores for like cured meats and such. It's just whatever you want to get for your rations.
I'm only going to eat serrano ham. Sorry, I'm not going to have any of that. Any of
Need a
that
5-course
jerky
meal.
shit.
Just like
I
a bucket
only
fucking boar
have
heads
serrano
shopping.
ham.
Just like boar's heads shopping
Yeah.
like butcher.
I have
It's
pig
like
meat
there's
in
a
my
deli.
inventory. I'm scared. I saw it there and I was like, that is totally gone rotten by now, surely.
Yeah.
Did we kill like a bull like in episode 6?
I
still
think
got
we
the
killed a
meat.
boar a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've got this rotten meat in my like rucksack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells. Yeah, I hope you wrapped it. That's all I could say.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Can we see the rolls? Oh.
No.
Okay.
As in, no, it wasn't that. Okay, so we're not gonna re-record, but I am going to just apologize for the start of that recording. Quick, long story short, a little while ago, I had a surprise done to me. Where people came to my house, and during that, somehow I managed to delete my microphone.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to add my microphone back to every one of my Streamlabs scenes, and a scene that I didn't do was this one. And even though Drybones asked me to double check everything, and I did double check everything, I completely failed to notice that my own audio was not being recorded because it's going out to Discord. So I was like, oh yeah, it's being, and all of the Discord audio is being recorded. So everything I've said so far in this recording has not gone through. Everyone would have heard it a one-sided conversation, but that's fine. Just to kind of, you didn't miss much, people listening on the podcast. All I've really said is that I've woken up, done my prayers, and I am now looking for a place to buy some food, of which, yes, I would like to approach the first store I see, Drybones. My bad.
Okay.
I didn't really say that much.
All right. So you walk in, like, so you're walking through the streets, and the first cured meat shoppers, anything like that you could see is Gleekin's Cured Meats is what the store is called. It's a sort of it's a sort of wooden built, like it's very like wooden, like it seems a bit old fashioned. It's presumably like the ashen wood that you see around in the forests. It's constructed. The tavern itself, it's not. It's the store itself is a bit smaller, on the smaller side. One of those like local shops that you presume like sells pretty good stuff. I mean, you don't know anything about it. You just kind of like you just see like someone like standing in front of the store. It's a sort of very like disheveled sort of goblin just standing out at the front, wearing sort of a bit disheveled clothes, just kind of like a bit hunched over, like eyes closed, almost looking like they're sleeping. You cannot tell from this distance.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, yeah, I will go in.
All right. So as you get closer, this goblin kind of like, customer.
Hello, good sir. I'm a adventurer around these lands, and we're about to be leaving. And I'm a little bit low on the old cured meats, and I could smell your shop from a mile off. I'm Lyris Storm Mornshield, by the way, and put out my hand to shake his hand. And I'd like to stock up if I could. I hope you've got I hope you've got enough for me to stock up. I appreciate war times and all. You must be a little bit thinner on the ground, but yeah, I'd like to buy some if that's okay. I'm rambling now. I'm Lyris Monshield, a bit out of hand.
He does like the double handshake. He's like, very nice to meet you, and he kind of just like,
Very nice to meet you. I
"Please
see what you did there.
Step in. I'm lovely customer."
And yeah, I take a little look around at his wares. Is it all just basically meats and stuff?
So you walk in, and it's sort of I don't know how to describe it. It's just kind of like a sort of dense smell. It doesn't really smell like anything, but you know, like when the air is kind of heavy in like a room or something like that. It's kind of like that, and it's a bit. You can tell it's like sort of like a bit older atmosphere. I don't know. Weird way to describe it. It's just kind of like a dense like air in there, and you walk in, and there's like you see like all kinds of like meat strung up. You do not know, you cannot initially recognize just by looking at them what they are, but you do see like meat strung up on like the far side wall, on like the wall to your right. You see just like a bunch of like there's like a shield on the there's like just like a shield on the wall, and like says like you just said like what is it? It's the sorry, I'm rambling here. It is the White Mother's Protection guards here, is what it is.
Okay.
And it's a sort of a sign that says, "May the White Mother protect," and it says, and then beneath it's like, "The White Mother protects here," and then it's like it's some shelves with some sort of jarred something. There's like a shelf of like jars or whatever, like of all kinds, and it just seems like very, very strange. And but I don't know. It's like it could be a good shop. We'll see.
Okay.
He kind of like walks behind, and he kind of like he walks behind the counter. He like lifts up like the wooden thing so he can like pass through. And he's like stands up on a box. He's like behind the counter. He's like, "What will you have, sir?"
So I kind of stroll around like store, just kind of just window shopping, as it were. And whilst I do so, purely because I haven't used it in a while and I fancy seeing how it would go, because I'm showing that I have money, but I have my own intentions. As I go around, I'm flipping a coin in my hand, and guess what coin I'm flipping?
All right, yeah, I can imagine it's the magic one.
Yep, my corn of
Bitcoin.
all seeing. Yeah, my Bitcoin.
Okay.
It's about to take off in Failgun.
Blockchain.
Any NFTs? Is there any NFT stores around?
Any
NFT stores
NFTs in
around?
the chat?
Oh my word, no. So you flip the coin, Charlie, and you notice like there's a certain region around you that starts to kind of like gray out a little bit, and you're like your eyes are becoming more focused. Time sort of slows down in the moment that it's in the air, and you're able to like look around freely, and you can see that the store owner, Gleekin, assumedly, is blue. He has good intentions. So
cool.
I mean, yeah, he's
So-
the only one that you could see so far that's here.
So seeing
yeah.
that, then I kind of as I catch up, I go. I'm quite confident that your prices must be set quite fairly. I feel like you're a man of your word, and I can see that you've got some great wares here. Now, me and my yet to be named team, we're workshopping that. We're looking to go on. Well, we've got quite the journey in front of us, and we are going to be heading into somewhere a bit more snowy. I think you might be able to guess where we're going. So we are going to need quite a few rations. Could you possibly wrap up enough cured meats for let's go with 20 rations worth would be sufficient, because I'm buying for the group.
Are you going to see Santa?
Who the fuck is Santa?
We don't need to see Santa, because I've got all the gnomes I need to see right here. I know he's a goblin, but
Right.
Sorry, I'm not there. I can't be like, get it fucking right, Lyris.
I know he's a gnome. I know he's a goblin. I was doing it more just to like. I'm sure he gets it all the time.
Sure. Rations I do have. What are you looking for in rations?
Well, we're going into quite a cold area. I doubt we're going to be able to always cook them sufficiently. So, preferably some cured and kind of salted meats, things that we can kind of eat on the go, and will last quite a while without having to be hidden in the snow, preferably.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I have just the thing. And you kind of like see him like walk into the back or whatever. Like that's like a door behind him, and he kind of just like walks through like a not a revolving door, but just like a door that goes voo, voo, voo. And he's kind of like, and he wakes back or whatever, and he walks in and he comes back, and he has this massive like piece of meat that he's like holding above his head. He's like, and he kind of puts it on the counter. He's like, doom. He's like, this should last at least a week. And he's like, if you. And it's like it's pretty, and it is pretty sizable. Like this could feed you. But you think when he says that, you think it can feed less than a week. It's probably like for you guys, and there's only 3 of you. It'd probably be able to feed you like 3 to 4 days.
So how many rations would you say is like if one ration is 1 day's enough for one person? How many days per person? Does that make sense?
How many days per person are you? Okay, so if you have it for every meal.
So let's say one ration equal. So I think how we've been playing it so far is we said that 1 ration is enough to feed 1 person for 1 day. So how many rations have we got?
You'd be able to get 4 days out of that.
So 4 days for all 3 of us.
Yeah.
So
and then he walks in.
Okay.
And he walks over. He's like, if you want more, I got more. And he like walks over. He kind of walks past you. He can scampers over to like the. Like he like walks like with his feet really quick, and he walks over to like the shelf or whatever with like the jars. He's like, you could have what's in this jar. This could stay good forever. It's good.
That sounds right up my alley. I'm good as well. But what's in it?
You know, I kind of forgot.
How long's it been there?
Now.
He's gone British. Yeah, it's British.
He's gone British.
Oh,
You got any water?
How long?
A bottle of water, please.
How long ago was that? I'm trying to remember. At least. I don't know actually.
Okay, well, you know what? I trust your intuition that it's still good to eat. Can I please have your that lovely slab of meat you got there? Any chance you could kind of chop it up into daily sort of pieces just to make it easier? And we'll take that jar as well thrown in. That'd be fantastic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And he like takes up and he like goes over. He says, "Any of the jars to go, or just the slab?"
Yeah. You know what? We'll take 3 of the jars to go. That can be our breakfast, and then all of that meat. If you can chop that up into 12 sections. So, for a note, I'm putting 12 rations in my bag, and that would be fantastic. Thank you.
As you wish, sir. And he kind of goes and like he gets like 3 jars and he kind of like holds them in his arm like this. And he scampers over to the counter. He's like, "All right, just a moment." And he picks up the like solid meat like and like holds it over his head and he kind of just walks back into the back room. And you hear like a thoom, thoom, like very like vigorous and loud cutting noises for what you'd expect. It's like doom, doom, whatever.
Killing the animal.
It's very like cartoonishly loud. And he walks back with like 12 like decently sized pieces, like basically enough for like each meal. Basically, it's a nice like rationing of meat. And if you had like pairings with other things, it could make a very hearty meal. Like if you've got like, fruit or anything or any kind of berries with you, make a very hearty meal as well. So
cool.
And he just gives you that, and there like he kind of just like slides them to you. He doesn't really give you a wrapping or anything. He's like, and he kind of just like smiles. He's like, and here are your jars. Now that will be. What should I do? You seem nice, but what should I charge? I think 10 silver sounds nice.
Oh well, that is very, very generous. I think. Have you? I'd imagine you've been hit quite hard by the wartime. Hopefully, I'm guessing you've had a lack of customers.
Give him a tip.
Yes, we've had to raise some of our prices. It's a bit harsh at the moment.
How much?
Some soldiers running through here, so we have to raise prices a bit. But you know,
how much do you tend to take a week? You know, if you don't mind me asking, how much do you normally turn over about a week?
Oh, business is slow sometimes, but I would say a couple gold a week.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well-
any it doesn't really cost me much for that spot. Anybody that tries to take the spot from me, I fucking kill them. So
okay.
they can't take the shot from me. They could try. You could
That's
try
it.
if you want to.
We're adding him to our party.
I want
He's like,
you.
But yes, it seems that prices. I'm sorry that I have to overcharge you a little bit, sir, but I'm sure you'll find this quite to your liking.
Well, and I take out two pieces of gold from my pocket, and I start to him and go, well, I suspect that this week might be a little bit harder on everybody with on the account of how bad the war has been. So let me pay your week's wages, and hopefully if you don't get any more customs for the week, at least it won't be a bad one. And I really appreciate all the meat and the jars of mystery.
You are oh so kind, sir. Thank you so much. Have a very nice one. May the light mother guide you.
And may the light mother guide you too.
Be on your way. Be on your way. And I do hope you survive the cold with these dishes. But know that whenever you have one, I will always be with you.
Thank you. And so I start to walk out the store, but like just before I do, I turn and go, oh, one more thing. You don't happen to know any good vendors around here that might be able to supply me and my friends with some good clothes for our trip? We're looking to get an extra couple of layers, you see.
Nose close.
Nose close.
I don't have the nicest garments of anyone in the land, but I do think there are some custom tailors in the area. If you're going to go that fancy, I don't know how you live your life, sir. If you're going that fancy,
we don't need fancy. We just need warm.
I can get a carcass for you if you want to hide in that in the winter.
Well, that is the other end of the spectrum. Somewhere in the middle would be perfect.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking some fur lining that I can get under this armor, and maybe a couple of thick blankets for my friends.
I think there's a tailor shop run by Borkth. He runs a couple corners from here. He's around the corner. If you go down the street and you take a left and then a left and then a right, he's on that store, and you'll see it's a very nice shop. It's not custom tailored, but it's very nice for what you need.
Well,
But
I'll take that recommendation and I will go check out. Thank you very much, sir.
Why have you gone
have
British?
safe
again?
travels.
Oh, but Irish is always like posh.
Ah, true.
I've just been
It's been a
slacking.
while.
I've been slacking.
It's been a while.
Okay, so
Right.
with
So
that, I walk out the store. And before I go to to Borketh, was it?
Borketh.
I'm gonna head back to into the barracks where presumably the other two are, and see what they're doing.
All right. So you've been strolled back. You continue to see these soldiers there's you see some soldiers back. Get off your fucking ass and get marching, soldier. And he's like, oh, you're so fucking annoying. And he goes and they're going start marching, and it's like. And you see another group is like, get marching. He's like, I'm so tired. He's like, shut up. You get fed and you have his housing. Get up and go, or I'll kill you myself. He's
So
like,
many British accents you're throwing around today.
It's a British D&D episode. Let's go.
I love
like-
it.
Is it a crossover episode?
and so
now we're all American and Dry Bones is British.
Yes.
and you continue to walk over down the street. You just more activity. You see there's actually some very, very small, as you pass. You didn't notice it before, but because there were a bunch of soldiers around it before, but you do notice it sort of in the kind of a sort of off area. It's one of the smaller stores. There is some sort of potion store or whatever, but it was swarming with soldiers before, so you can infer it got a lot of business, and as you kind of notice that as you pass by as well as you're walking back to the barracks to go pick up the rest of your group.
Cool. So when I go in, what are you guys doing?
So I am looking at the spell gem that I have in my bag. I'm pretty sure I looted that from the Drow woman.
You did.
Um,
You did.
Now, from what I can tell, it contains a spell from any cast list.
Yep.
But I don't know what spell.
Correct.
So can I what can I do in order to find out what that spell is exactly? Like maybe I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna examine it and I'm gonna look through my own tome to see if I've got anything written in there that it gives me any kind of familiarity, like even if it's just the school of arcana that it is, like abjuration or conjuration, whatever.
Okay, so you look at the gem, and I'm trying to remember it because I think it was, what color was it?
It's
You have
jade.
It's jade. Yes. Okay. So as you like look into this sort of like this darker kind of color, it kind of like gleams out to you, and it's one of the shiniest gems you've seen. It's very, like, you can tell it's very refined, very hard to come by in this circumstance. And looking through your spell book, I don't believe there's any spell that could directly tell you other than just using it. Um, Actually, no, I do. Okay, I have it right here. Okay, so yeah, so you don't know exactly what the spell contains without directly using it. It's sort of otherwise it would have been. You can tell it was created in what I can tell. Oh, actually, roll an intelligence for me. Actually, or Arcana check. Actually, sorry.
Arcana. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 18.
Okay. So you're beginning to become more and more familiar with magic items as you go along and studying them in your free time. You can tell that this particular like their spell gems in general are known for being a bit hard to like understand or determine what spell is inside of it, because that way, like, if someone is captured with a spell stone, if they're captured and they don't know like what is in it or whatever, it's like, so that like if someone's like invading a castle or something and they have a spell gem, they can't tell if like this person was attacking the castle because they had like a hostile spell in it. So you can tell it's a bit protected, and it's hard to determine what exactly was in it. But if you want to, I can let you roll one more Arcana check, and if you can beat the DC I have in mind, then I can tell you what, at least what kind of like school of magic it is.
Yeah, I will do that roll, and I'll say now if it doesn't work, and if I'm still not sure, then my plan is to go. I know that obviously you mentioned to Charlie that there's a potion store, but I don't know that. I would be going out to investigate to try and find if there is some kind of arcana store of just general magical goods, and then take it there to be inspected or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay, right.
so go first on.
Well, I got a 10. So never mind.
You did do well the first time. I'll be nice, DM. It is a transmutation spell. You don't know exactly which one, but you know it is in the school of transmutation.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
No worries. And so you're gonna go ahead and take a stroll. And Delilah is gonna sort of justify that as like the same direction that Lyris went, just to kind of have your own stroll and see what you can find out in the city, get supplies, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
And
like I'll pass by Lyris as he's coming back in and just be like, I'm just popping out for a tick. I'll be back at some point.
No worries.
So
But before I do though, can I give I'm gonna give you one of the jars and just say, I don't know what it is, but I've been told it's good. So there you go. Have it for
Okay,
breakfast.
I'm putting it in my bag as a mystery jar.
I mean, can I take the opportunity as well? Edible question mark? I'll take this opportunity to actually, like, whilst I rear past me, I'm actually gonna pop open my jar and I'm gonna drink it for the day.
Okay. All right. So
Wait, it's liquid? I thought it was a solid.
Oh, I thought it was a drink. It might have been a solid.
it's like something
Sludge.
Yeah, it's like kind of preserved or whatever. It's like like how you preserve meats in jars or whatever. It's like almost like pickling it, basically.
So it is meat, but in like a weird liquidy.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like it's kind of a murky jar a little
It's a
bit.
broth
Okay.
or stew.
So yeah, I'm gonna eat mine. I'm guessing that there's no mystery. I just eat it. And that's my rations for the day.
You eat it, and a little bit slimy. That's it. But to the best of your ability, you can tell it's maybe sort of liver that's been preserved.
Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
Sorry, I like
Um,
liver.
So,
Two reactions.
and, it's maybe not the best thing, but it can be preserved easy enough in pieces, and it lasts for a while. And the jar, you now have a spare jar just in case if you want to note that. If you want to just like pour the rest on the ground or something like what it was preserved in, up to you. But you now have a jar, empty jar, if you want to like note that
Catching
as well.
frogs.
Cool. So there you go. So I'm gonna go down to. I've got one more jar left to give to Millie, and I'll obviously have an empty jar myself. Okay, cool. So I do that, and whilst Rhea goes off, I'm Laura. You just kind of still chilling in the barracks, sort of thing.
I mean, Laura is still in bed. She's kind of like, she got massive bags underneath her eyes. She is like tired, and she kind of like sits up a little bit, and she kind of scowls at this one kind of bunk, and she's like, that motherfucker was snoring all fucking night, and she's barely slept. She's done for the day already. She's like rubbing her eyes. She's angry. She's in a bad mood. She's not doing all right. She's super tired. Basically.
Lyris comes and like sits down next to her and just kind of like pats her on the head a little bit and goes, don't worry, there's going to be plenty of time to sleep on the journey. We've got a long journey ahead of us. In the meantime, though, you must be quite hungry. Here, have and I kind of hand you the remaining full jar and say, have a bit of this for breakfast. It's actually nicer than it looks and smells. I promise.
Have this.
Laura then takes
like
the jar.
mystery meat.
She looks at it and she looks at Lyris and she's like, this is what you bring me for breakfast. And she just kind of like, she's grumpy. She's not meaning to be mean, but she opens the jar. She gives it like a little like, kind of a shake, and kind of sludges the weird bits of meat in her mouth, and tries to chew it, and instantly she turns pale. She's like, and then she just throws it up. She just throws it up, and she's like, are you trying to poison me now, Lyris? As if my morning could not get any worse. Like she is now like, she was down here and now she's like up here with just fed up with life. But then she takes like a moment and she's like, thank you for the sentiment, but this is disgusting. And she throws the jar. No, I don't want that shit. She throws it.
I'm just imagining like the orc just walks in there with snoring. It's like fireball.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, if I see that orc, I'm just letting you know, if I do see him, I'm not gonna be very happy.
It's like, hey, I forgot my pants. Fireball. All right, but yeah, all right. So,
and then I'm going to say to Laura as well, and go, look, but we do need to get heading off quite early today because we've got a long journey ahead of us. So if you need any more food, I've picked up enough rations for 4 days for the three of us. If you want seconds. However, would you like to join me? I'm heading over to this recommended tailor shop. I'm looking to get us some warmer clothing for the trip, and I don't want to make an assumption on what size you want, because otherwise you're just going to end up having a massive like jacket over you that's going to be like, trailing on the snow.
Yeah, that just gives. She's still like, try not to be sick. Just give me a moment.
I'll wait outside. I'll wait outside the door for you, and I kind of just like give her a privacy. And
I will join him at some point. I will like just sludge out of my bed and just kind of droop on the floor like
Cool.
And then
So I'm gonna head out. Yeah, I'm gonna head out to the outside the barracks now and wait for Laura. I guess we'll go to Rhea.
Yeah, so you walk outside, and you follow the direction where Delilah went, and Lyris just begins walking that way. Laura stays back for a few minutes, catches her breath, kind of thing, and you guys, and so Lyris, you walk. Delilah, how fast is Delilah? Is Delilah like just like casually strolling, or is she like is she like sprinting there, or like?
I'm kind of like just ambling around. I'm taking in the sights around me. all of the different kinds of people there. But mostly, I'm looking at all of the different stores. I'm looking for something that sells or seems to deal in magic, whether it's selling staves,
Stop there.
staves, or selling magical books or scrolls. I'm specifically looking for somewhere where I can potentially get the gem inspected.
Okay. So do me a favor, and just are you able to roll a history check for me?
I can roll a history check for you. I got a 24.
Damn, you are so historically accurate. It is amazing.
She knows her magic and
Um,
her history.
Can
Damn,
so-
wake me up.
So you recall from your knowledge as you're walking that the Ashen Lands is known, and Alora can definitely attest to this if you asked her. It is a land where magic is not usually frequent or usually accepted in society. Kind of, it's like magic users are not only viewed as like outsiders, but they are viewed as strange as well. That could be because of the Steelfist Legion, or just the like the nature of the army in the Ashen Lands and how they've been trained and how the people view them. But you recall that the magic in this area is a bit kind of scarce, and those who can do magic are seen as like basically weird. And so like any potion shop that you see, like it's gonna be more difficult to find or whatever. But as you're walking, you do find a shop that literally just says on a sign, it's like same wooden sort of wooden structure as the cured meat shop. Literally just says potion on it. That's it, and it's like that's what the sign says. It just says potion.
Can the O be like a little bottle?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get kind of wacky with the sign here.
Okay. With that knowledge and knowing that this is probably the best that I'm going to find, I'm going to head in there.
Okay. So you head in, and you can actually sort of see, like you kind of hear some whistling, some humming, someone's like making a sort of like a jolly little tune or whatever. Kind of just like you hear like some glasses like knocking against one another. Just kind of like you can tell like something is being made or someone is working on something. And you kind of like walk in, and you can this area is not dense like the other room. It is very it's a lot cleaner. It's probably one of the cleanest shops you've ever seen in Droda in particular, and just it's very like catching off guard. This is probably the nicest room seen since like the Woodway Manor throne room or something like that. This is like it's very like you can tell it's very neat, it's very kept, and it just seems very nice. And like you can see there's our shelves on like the right wall and left wall for they all happen to be, you don't see anything on the shelves though. And
They're
you can
empty.
see, and they're empty shelves from what you can tell. If you want to take a more dedicated investigation, you can do that in just a second. But you kind of hear whistling, and and you hear from the back, "Is someone at the door?"
Yeah. Yes. Hi.
He's like, "One moment," and you kind of like walk, and you kind of just like you hear like some like actually decently heavy footsteps, and you kind of see so you see this is a orc gentleman who you're able to tell, you seem like he's sort of almost middle age, a little bit before that. He's he has some youth to him. He like you can the first thing that pops out to you is that he has a wooden arm. This isn't like a full like just like static wooden arm. This arm like has joints and is able to move like his hands and his fingers individually.
Like
This
from
is
an
an
alchemist, but wooden.
this is an advanced sort of, you can't exactly name the spell just by taking a first glance at it, but this is sort of a first off just like individual moving parts, and like this is like the first time you've ever seen magic this advanced. And but the rest of it, he's like sort of a sort of sort of a built gentleman. Like you can tell he doesn't his muscles to get by or whatever. He's like a bit skinnier, but he does have a solid build to him. And that's like you can see like he has like nice, like sort of darker eyes or whatever, and he has dark hair that goes back in a braid as well.
He has nice eyes. Wow.
Aw.
It's got nice dark eyes. Well,
How can I
let's
help
go
you?
ahead and get lost in them.
Oh,
Hello. Sorry. It was Millie's reaction.
Hello.
to me saying that. I was like, hi. Oh my
Oh, God.
goodness. Sorry. Anyway. Hi. Hi. I'm new around here, and you look like you know your stuff about potions. Is that right from the sign outside?
Yes, that is my specialty, but I have begun to kind of expand my. I used to be a sort of a traveler, you could say, who used to sort of spent his time helping others, doing what I can. And I came in contact with a lot of magical items, but now I sort of had to settle down in my older years. You know, these joints too, and in these older years, I've begun to develop more potions for those that need it. What business I get is they are very we sort of wealthy donators, we'll call them, but they in a land that doesn't appreciate magic and my talents, you could say. It is a very interesting market I come into and see some interesting customers. So be assured, you are not weird in this land or anything at all. I've seen much weirder. Trust me.
I mean, I'm pretty weird. I'm pretty weird, even from where I come from. But thank you.
You're so quirky. Oh my God.
You're so quirky.
I'm not like the other girls in this town.
I'm built different.
I'm built different.
Her eyes start to glow purple. Oh no. Her lips turn black.
It's just a
Eldritch
curve
blast.
line.
Eldritch blast.
Oops, so random. X3
So
roar.
random.
Well, I'm hoping that you're going to be able to help me. I've got a few items that I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck they do. I don't know. So if you could help me out in identifying them, God, that would be amazing.
Well, I could certainly try and take a look at them. What would you like to show me?
Thank you. So first of all, I have
like this little like flirty vibe going on.
Oh,
Millie, you should
sorry.
definitely walk in at this point.
I'm pumped.
Sorry, I wasn't even gonna do anything like that, but then Drybo's just like, he has nice eyes, and I was like, okay. If this is what I see, then this is what I see.
I can
So
play
I'm
them.
going to take out. I have two. I have several potions in my bag. I have two potions that are listed as pebble potions. I have one potion that's listed as a clear wispy potion, which actually I'm going to keep that in my bag because I'm pretty sure that was the one where I started fucking like floating. And I
Wait,
was
when
like,
you became a
"Bruh."
kite for the day.
Yeah. I became a kite for a little while.
Forgot about that.
Let me follow my dreams, guys. I've got two potions that have like a little green. They have like a fingernail in them, and it's green. And then I also have a potion that just says it's dark red. I don't know. I have used that one. I'm pretty sure that was one that had like earthy stuff coming out or something, or like my skin became like bark. I think,
Yeah.
or he might have given that one to Lyris, and that might have happened to him. And then I'm also going to put my my spell gem on the counter as well. Yeah, and I'm literally just going to be like, "Help me! I don't know what they do."
Is there anything in particular you want me to check out first? Are you most anxious to check out a particular one first?
The gem, definitely.
Okay. And you sort of see like he sort of like waves his hand above it, and you can sort of see like some arcane like you can see like arcane like sort of bluish waves coming from his hand, like as he like sort of like puts his hand like sort of over the area where the gem is, and he takes like he says like, sorry, it may take a second. This spell takes maybe just a few minute or so. It might
That's
take
fine.
it might take a second.
That's fine.
And he sort of like he sort of just takes his time, and then at the end of like I think let me just check. Sorry, just spell checking here, guys.
1 billion minutes.
1 billion minutes. It is okay. It takes about a minute for me to complete each of the to identify what it is. So
Mhm.
sorry about this. And he kind of sort of just like, and you see him sort of like he was like, well, I certainly had a theory about this was whenever you walked in and put this on my counter, but this in fact is a spell gem, as you can obviously tell. It
Yeah.
is a obviously a jade spell. It is a jade spell gem, and the spell that is currently in it is fly. Um,
Oh,
anytime you can cast this, you may use the fly spell for free.
fly!
Obviously, I don't need to tell you that with this spell, that whenever you use the fly spell, it is gone. So once you use the fly spell, the gem becomes empty again. You have to put another spell into it.
I
So
see.
use your
Okay.
fly sparingly, unless of course you can fly on the regular. Then you have no worries.
I
But
wish I had wings, but that's fine.
um, so okay. All right. He says, "All right, so I guess I'll begin on the potions then. After knowing that." And he's like,
Yes, please. Thank you.
and he kind of like sort of like slides the gem more towards your person. He
I'll
says,
take it and I'll put it back in my bag.
"Okay." And for the sake of brevity, we'll say he does like the same thing of like sort of just like 1 minute per potion, just sort of like using like trying to identify what these potions are through the arcane.
Mhm.
And he says, "Oh well, we'll go down the list of what you have. These potions that you found, first of all, are very unique. I can say that these are very rare, and I do not see them very often, and which is weird for a potion seller. But whoever made this has supreme arcane talent, and I am interested to see more from them. But interesting. And he says, um, first off, the one with the pebble in it is the potion of stone giant strength. Whenever you drink this potion, your strength score changes to 23 for 1 hour. The potion has no effect on you if your strength is equal or greater than this score.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
For somebody whose strength is 0, that's fantastic.
Yeah. All right.
Let's
So
go.
you said you wanted you did not want the wispy one identified, or you did because you said you put it back in your bag. And
No,
you kept it or
I
something.
kind of I have like the general gist of what that one does, so I've put it back.
Okay. So there's 2 pebble potions. There's 1 dark red potion.
Mhm.
This is a potion of seething. Whenever you drink this potion, the user is filled with an infallible amount of rage. And while this does cause their strength to be doubled, it causes the user to be uncontrollable in their rage for 1 minute.
Okay.
Friend or foe may take damage from you during this duration.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool, bro. That's cool.
The next
Uh,
potion, the one with the fang in it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say move on to the fingernails.
Yeah. So the next one is a fang potion. Called the potion of the wild. This greatly causes the user to be enhanced in their nature skills and animal handling checks, is given the ability to talk to plants. These effects last for 8 hours.
Okay, so talk to plants plus advantage in animal handling was that?
Animal handling and nature and animal handling checks.
Cool. Lasts for 8 hours. Nice. Okay.
And the last two are green fingernail potions, or floating ones. This I have a hard time recognizing this one. I From what I can tell, it's like hardest for me to recognize, but I do not recommend drinking this one. It seems a
Oh.
bit uh
Dangerous.
I've never seen
She says
the way I'll
excitedly.
phrase the way I'll phrase this is that I've never seen essence collected in this potion and condensed this much, and I do not recommend you or any of your allies drink this because I have no idea what this will do, positive or negatively. But I've never seen anything like this before. I've
I want to
seen
drink it.
Me too.
lots of
I kind of do
I've
as
seen lots
well.
of things, but this is something I
Shots?
cannot identify.
All right then. So basically, I'll just put a big red X on that one to make sure that we never drink that one. Well, lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there anything I can pay you for doing these checks for me?
Oh no, I'm ashamed I cannot offer you more of my inventory. The soldiers in the area really wanted my potion. Time of emergency comes, but they shun me whenever I try and sell them potions otherwise. So I'm sadly out
Sounds
of
like
inventory at the
military.
moment, but I'm glad I could use my arcane skills to help at least someone today because I've been mainly a potion seller today. So it's refreshing to be able to practice my magic from now on. So I'll say for this situation, there's no payment needed.
I can't walk away without giving you anything. You've really helped me out. So I'm going to
Maybe a
take out.
guarantee that you'll come back and do business another time.
If I don't die, yes, absolutely. But just in case I do, and I'm going to take out 5 gold from my purse, and I'm going to I'm just going to plunk it down on the counter as I grab like all of my stuff and put it back in my bag and be like, "Have a nice day," and then I'll just leave.
Okay. So and then he says, "Well, with those potions, I'm sure that you will not have to worry about dying anytime soon, but have safe travels."
I have no talent whatsoever, but thank you so much. Bye.
All right. So where are you heading now, Delilah?
Just quickly,
I
so
am going to be leaving the store and then kind of heading back to the barracks to meet up with Lyris and Alora again.
okay, so at the point that like I was going to ask whether I could see the potion store from outside of the barracks, in which case I would have flagged down Delilah. But if you're walking back towards the barracks anyway, so to push things forward, so when you get back to the barracks, I'm going to kind of flag you down and be like, "Oh, Delilah, I've been meaning to wait for you. We really should be heading out and making most of the day's life for travel, but I'm waiting for Alora. We're going to be heading to this tailor's, which was recommended to me, to get a bit a bit thicker clothing and maybe a bit of a fur lining for our bed rolls
Oh,
for this travel. Are you free to join us?
yeah, for sure.
Fantastic. And Alora, are you coming out by this point? Yep, cool. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Alora stumbles out, by the way. She's like,
like
pissed.
Such
up.
like
the
a
sun,
diva.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, she's like she's hungover, but she's not hungover. She's just incredibly grumpy and tired.
Cool.
And she's just like, where are we going? Let's go. She wants to basically like move on with like the journey, basically.
Cool. So I was told by the lovely gentleman in Gleekins just over there that this tailor we're looking for is called Borketh, I believe. He told us, if I remember correctly, he told me to take a left, then a left, then a right. So he didn't actually tell. So if we're coming left out of his store, okay. So I think it's over, and I kind of point in just a general direction and be like, I think it must be in about that direction, and lead the group down.
Okay, sounds good. So you guys begin to all now unified walking, all begin to walk sort of to wherever the directions gave you and wherever Lyris pointed earlier, and you guys are able to walk around, and you guys see so tailor shops are not extremely common, but they were more common than the potion shops. So you do see like a few, but it's not on the street that he recommended. So and you kind of like walk past it. Like there's one that looks really, really fancy. There's like sort of you see like silver, like sort of like silver like in like engravings on like the wood in front of it or whatever. Like there's some like it's like you can tell this sort of like a more of a higher establishment in this specific tailors. Like you can see you probably get high quality work. This is like if you want like but you guys can like infer this is like if you want professional work done over like a matter of a week or something like that, or like
Yeah.
something that you would custom tailor that would cost you not only a lot of money but a lot of time. So you guys go and then you kind of walk by and you see and you kind of notice a theme with all the stores in Like you sort of notice like you notice a pattern with the stores in not only Droda but sort of like the Ashen Land in general.
Mhm.
Is that it's usually name store. So it's like so you can see like it's like
It's very simple.
you can see yeah you can see it's like Borketh's Taylor. And
Borketh
that's
Taylor's Taylor.
yeah
Okay.
yeah
So nice. We named it twice.
very very direct. What can I say?
Sorry.
Okay, cool. So yeah, well, I think I can speak for us all to say that we're going to head directly in.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys and you see it's like it's you can kind of see those like not right, not mannequins, but it's like those posts like represent art, like those posts like vertical posts that have like arm and like leg fits or whatever, so you can like spread out the garments. And you can see like there's some like dresses you can but you like a few dresses that are like you can tell are very nice quality and probably haven't been bought recently because that's not really the garment of the land, but you can see like there's a lot of like more like sort of fitting with the like the theme of the land. Like there's some like with like more like leather pieces like across in like on one of these garments you can see like there's like it's like a two piece with like it's sort of like leather garments and like there's like studded armor on some of them. And you can see with in like on like the left corner of the shop there's an entire like section dedicated. This is one of the this is probably a medium to large store actually. So the entire there's like a left section dedicated to like fur coats, jackets, sort of like heavier clothing because the soldiers in this area often go into the Steelfist Legion not only to like to make to keep up relations of peace, quote unquote, of to with them in order to like, venture into the area, but to just get some general clothing for the winter. So, and it's more like general, like you could there's like longer garments or whatever, but you can tell that all of these, no matter what, like there's some like there are a few lighter like jackets, but most of them are like very heavy, is indicating like kind of where you're going in general.
Okay. So and what do we see when we go in terms of staff there?
So you so when you walk in, there's a counter and like there's also a back room to this one. It's kind of like similar to a layout of first place you went to, Charlie, the cured meats store, where it's sort of like there's like a back room with a counter, but there's a lot more like shopping space, and you can see like behind them, there's like like working behind the counter, there's like a person, there's a another orc gentleman um who's working with like he's sort of like measuring sort of like lengths and sort of like kind of sewing them, and he was wearing a sort of like lighter like white shirt kind of thing with like a red vest or whatever, and he has like tiny like those like tiny spectacles. I forget what they're called. I think they're called pince nez. He's wearing those tiny glasses or whatever,
Okay.
and he has like a sort of like a belt on with some tools he uses or whatever, like a small knife and like sort of like some thread and stuff like that. And you can see that he's like he's a bit higher a bit higher class, not like I would say probably the higher end of the middle class. He's sort of like like an upper standing gentleman.
Okay. So as we walk in, I'm going to kind of turn to the other two and be like, "Well, we're going to be heading to quite a snowy area for quite a while. So pick out any garments that you feel are going to help you to sleep a bit warmer and also keep warm in our travels. I'm going to go speak to that kind gentleman over there and see if he can help me out." And I walk over to the counter and kind of stick my hand out. As always, it's the first time I'd actually be able to do that on camera. Stick my hand out and be like, good morning, good sir. I'm Lyris Mornshield. I imagine that you must be the famous Borketh."
That is I. It is nice to have customers today. It's been quite a busy day actually. Lots of coats being sold, and it's nice to meet you, Lyris. As you can tell, I'm the name of the store. So
Oh,
nice
well,
to meet you. And what real quick as you get close, you can see his hair is not like braided like you see like a lot of orcs. It's like it's sort of like actually it seems kind of combed and it's sort of like out like this a little bit. It's like and it's like nothing on the sides. It's kind of just like sort of like going up a little bit.
Okay.
Very like interesting haircut for the area.
Well, you'd be pleased to know that I learned about your establishment from a recommendation from Mr. Gleekins. So you were quite well spoken of. Now, me and my friends here, we are looking to, as you can imagine, get some garments. We're actually heading into Failgon, would you believe it? And it's going to be quite snowy, so as you can imagine, we're going to need some extra layers. Now, I can't speak for my friends. I'm sure they will have their own requests, but I was wondering, and I kind of like moving my arms around a little bit because I'm wearing my armor right now. My thought is, I'm wondering if you have any maybe offcuts of fur. I haven't really got much space. I'm already wearing leather garments underneath this armor. So I'm thinking maybe if we can line my individual armor pieces so that I'm not getting the cold metal onto my leather. Maybe if we can get some fur kind of underlay of my armor. Is that something that you could do if I was to take my armor off? We are in a bit of a rush, so ideally it would need to be done today.
Okay. So he says, well, it might be a bit last minute, a bit rushed, but if you're trying to get out in a few hours, but I'm sure we could work out something together where we could just interlay your armor on and like sort of like vaguely connect it so you're able to not only make a fur garment under your armor, but so that you'd be able to take off the separate the two after the work is done. So you might be able to have a sort of an outfit that not only would be able to support you now, but if in do when you want eventually take your armor just by itself, you'll be able to take it apart then. Does that sound ideal for you, sir?
That sounds absolutely perfect. If you okay for me to take off my armor now and get started?
Yeah.
Okay, and I start to get undressed. Well, just the armor bits.
Have you taken off your armor before?
I mean,
Like,
I haven't
Not-
I haven't really said it, but it's implied that anytime we've slept basically on the ground, like just like camping on the floor, I've kept it on. Any time that we will have been in a tavern or somewhere that's a bit more private, I will have taken off my just the over bit of the armor, just like the the actual platey bits.
Plates, yeah.
And I would have just slept in my leather bits. I mean,
We
that's
haven't
quite
slept
stanky.
in many taverns.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I was
Let's
gonna
hope-
say we've probably
been
never seen
camping
it.
for the most part,
We
yeah.
have.
And let's hope that Lyris doesn't have a whole bunch of Steelfist Legion engravings inside of his armor.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Let's
so Troy,
hope.
like, what's your? I mean that like, is your like under your armor? Do you have a sort of like a leather, sort of like piece to like sort of like brace your
Yeah.
body to like against the metal, like a hard metal?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not sure if I actually have it in my description here. So I mean, I'll literally read out the bio that I would have. God, I would have read this out on episode 1. So Laris wears beautifully polished and well taken care of chainmail armor that also covers his torso, arms, upper legs. Under which he wears a thick brown cloth undershirt and a brown cloth trousers. So okay, so not really leather. It's more like thick brown. So if I was to like describe the layers, it's kind of like thick brown cloth, then a layer of chainmail, and then armor that kind of goes over the top of it. Almost think of like how
Like
you'd
plate.
yeah in
Yeah,
the
it's
same
like it's Steelfist Legion plate armor, and then
with a
chainmail,
with
and
a
then,
layer of
yeah.
chainmail, then brown cloth. Yeah,
Mhm.
and
All
what
right.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking is some fur to be in between the chainmail and the actual armory plate.
Yeah, okay. And he's like, "Will do, sir. I'll take this in the back for you, and I will see what I can do." And he sort of like walks into the back, and he says like he like pops his head out the door. He's like, and by the way, feel free to browse any wares and see what sort of fits you and what you think would be best for your outfit and your style. I will be back I'll be here to check you out, but in a few hours, I'll probably be done with yours. So if you don't mind going without your armor for a few hours, sir, I think is what is necessary for now.
Sure. And I turn around and just start having a little look around.
Okay. So you guys mainly are focused on the like the left side of the store with the larger selection of coats and like jackets and like full body things. And you can see just like a wide variety, and like sort of like on the like on the left side there's more like lighter coats, but then when you get more to the right side there's like thicker coats, especially like for the sort of just like if like a Goliath wears like sort of garments or whatever, this is like that's like on the more on the right side, they would be like larger and more and thicker and like more supportive for them. So let me know what you guys would like be interested in finding, and I can tell you what you would be close to finding, like what you like your character to look like in
I
your coat, heavy coat.
I mean, when Lyris was saying, "Okay, so go take a look around at all of the winter kind of clothing," I was nodding, and then the moment he turned his back, I immediately zipped over to the really pretty dresses because I've never
Mhm.
seen such uh high quality clothing before, and especially like just kind of pretty gowns and things like that. Was never allowed to wear them, so yeah, as soon as he turned his back I was like pew. I went straight over there, and I was just like looking at all the dresses. Oh, so pretty, and touching all the pretty materials and things like that. So
Yes.
I think even when Lyris turns around, I'm probably still there, like, oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, so like there's two main dresses. One is like a dark green sort of tone for the Ashen Lands. It has sort of like a dark green color. It has like sort of white frills to contrast. It actually has in order to like keep the ash, it has like a sort of like leather sides to on either side, and it kind of keeps it a tight like a tight form in the middle, and it has like this dark green color. Very nice. If you're looking at the map, it's sort of like the color of Valyrian. And it's sort of like
Ooh,
that. It's sort of like that color, and it's like sort of a sort of not really a swamp green, but a little darker and a
Olive
bit bright,
green.
a little bit darker than that. Yeah,
Emerald.
um, yeah, probably more like that. And
pretty.
and then it's just like very and it's presented very well, and there's another one which is sort of a bit, different. It's, like, a bit, lighter, that you can tell that green is definitely an aesthetic they appreciate. It's, like, sort of this one's sort of more like the foreboding bogs color on the map. It is a sort of lighter green that they use, it is, like, more of a swamp green, and it is kind of it is the same like, same idea of, like, leather and frills or whatever. It's just, like, it seems like just a different color variation, to be honest.
Does it have a price tag on it?
Then
It does not.
Hmm,
it's free.
okay. Okay, I'm gonna be yeah, I'm gonna be looking at it, but the practicality is going to enter my mind, and I will begrudgingly walk away from the dress and go towards the winter stuff, but I'll be constantly like looking back at it like, huh, oh, huh, it's pretty. Oh no, no, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. But what if? Unless.
There could be a ball in the middle of the area, like, maybe I might need
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, I've never had pretty stuff before. So yeah, she'll walk away, but she'll definitely be like looking back at it and like constantly thinking like, but will I ever get the chance to buy this or not? Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Mhm.
So yeah, but like I'll go and find Alora basically while she's looking around.
Okay.
Laura
Um,
is kind of she's not as excited as the others. She's from this area. She's seen those boots before.
I
She's
donated them.
seen she's
Goodwill.
like she's seen the kind of like the leathers and the greens, and like in a way it kind of brings back fond but also bad memories at the same time. So she's not really too fussed. She kind of is like looking at jackets. She's had like similar ones in like her lifetime, probably much smaller ones, but she's kind of just looking at jackets and yeah, just browsing, I guess.
Okay.
Lovely.
Sounds good. Any particular, like, style you want? Is it, like, the most, like do you like an untraditional, do you do you think a lot of, like, more, like, untraditional, like, style compared to the Ashland because she's, like, more sick of it, or what?
Yeah,
What
I
would Laura
think
want?
she's probably gonna be drawn to something that isn't gonna tie her to like the Ashen Land like vibe, you know? I don't know how to describe it. But I mean, leather is kind of her go-to kind of thing. She kind of wears more like brown, like tone, like darker toned like clothes anyway. Other than that white cape that she borrowed from from someone at one point.
which is very dirty
Uh,
at this point, I will
yeah,
note.
I was gonna say
Yeah, it
probably
must be
driving at
pretty
this
grubby
point.
at the bottom now.
Yeah,
But,
a lot of mud,
yeah,
a lot of yeah.
something that's probably, like, thick, but, probably has,
Okay,
like, a
so
fur
going with
inside.
yeah, so going with like Aurora's sort of garb at the moment, you like used a lot of the like Ashen themes of um like leather at the moment, and the like you have a lot of like mix of like the leather, like sort of light leather armor along with the sort of the colored material you have underneath. You see a sort of coat that sort of matches like sort of your aesthetics already. It is a white and like it is white on the like sort of white on the front, and then like a very like light shade of red on the, like on the sides or whatever, and it's like it's like a secondary color, and you can tell that the heavy pieces like are like around the like on the top, and but there's it gets sort of like lighter material around like the abdomen, and then you can but then it like sort of gets like thicker like thick again around like the like when it after like past the hips and down at that point. Um
Ooh,
and
that's not
sort of and it you can tell it, and there's like like on the arms there's like sections of like like fur going like all the way around or whatever that encompass your arms so you don't get cold as well. So and it has like long, so it's like it's sort of like a two-piece outfit with a decent amount of like like nice connections in between to make sure that you have like enough like material in the middle.
a credit card out. No, I'm joking. I like the sound of that one. I like the sound of that one. That sounds very pretty.
All right. So so you chose yours. Delilah, are you still hesitating on what to buy?
So yeah, once again, kind of thinking practically, as much as she'd love to get that dress and how pretty it would be, in the back of her mind, she thinks, well, there's the possibility that I'm going to be climbing a giant fuck off wall.
Gotta
So
think
a
of
dress
practicality.
probably isn't the best thing to go for. So she's going to be looking for like thick leather, like she's because currently she's wearing like a dressy kind of skirt thing. She's going to be making the switch over to like fur lined, almost like leggings, but not. Just like thick, kind of tight fitting trousers to keep the heat in. Um, she'll keep her boots, but yeah, basically she's looking to go over to the like the trousers look instead and get like a really big like fur coat with fur around the hood. Probably it's probably going to be a little bit too big for her anyway because she quite likes the big baggy kind of look.
Okay.
And she's quite small anyway, so it wouldn't be hard.
All right. So you see something similar to what you just described. It is sort of like it is sort of like a nice like sort of like fur jacket that is allows you to have a nice like keep warm as well, and is able to kind of cover your whole person, keep your kind of like your current cloak or whatever, where it's like your hood or whatever. You're kind of keeping the same theme of like a maybe a lighter bit of like fur coat, but there's this
Mm.
like also like sort of like a cape element to it or whatever that kind of like it kind of goes into a
That
little bit
sounds that's
towards the
actually more
bottom.
ideal than just a coat. Like having it as like a cloak as well, but with like the fur on it. Yeah, I like that better.
Yeah, and it has like like it's one of those where it's like not like a, I wouldn't say a trench coat, but it's like kind of like like arms like you put like you have the hood itself gets more like it's able to like go like a cape kind of does or whatever. It has like that sort of mix, and then
Mm.
that and then like your own like your chest area is like down to your like down to your abdomen is actually fully covered in this outfit. So it'd be completely covered, and then it would have like a sort of break section around the hip area, and then go down like all the way with with sort of like the leg like the fur and element warm elements to go all the way down to the bottom. So it might be a bit colder or like around on your sides, but it would be
Mhm.
like on your hips a little bit, but it would probably it seems to allow for more like a little bit more mobility if you're running.
Okay. I think I would actually now that I'm thinking about it, I think I would also switch out my boots for more heavy duty kind of
Boots with the
snow
fur.
boots or yeah.
The whole
Just
Orc Club
more
is looking at
like
that.
because the current boots that I'm wearing are not really they're not really built for travel to be honest. Just kind of been dealing with it.
Mhm.
I'd be looking for like more kind of heavy duty boots that can go through mud or through water and can trudge through snow and think you know what I mean. Yeah.
Ones
Okay,
with
so
the fur.
yeah, you do see some more like fur boots, honestly, that like allow you to keep your like from your like your lower ankle to your like your feet warm and allow you to have a decent amount of mobility. These are, and if you want like heavier duty, there are like some like men's versions that have like a sort of like thicker like heel or whatever that allow you for like more like easy snow travel or whatever. Because I know for on the at least in the like for the at this particular shop, the like the boots that they have in the girl section is more like is not meant to be as heavy duty or whatever, and sort of like lighter
Uh,
or whatever.
Sexism
So
I'd
can't
go
even
for
avoid
the
D&D worlds, eh?
I'd go for the men's one, because yeah, I mean I'm used to having hand-me-downs. It's all I've ever had. So yeah, I'll just have like, whatever's gonna work essentially.
Can I just
all
pause
right,
for a
yeah.
second?
See,
Did
sure thing.
that dress have pockets?
Did it?
The
That
like
might be the difference.
the back like the dress you're looking
The
at.
green one,
Yeah,
yeah.
did that have pockets?
No, no, no.
Okay. No.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. No, that's not a
That's
dress
what
out
the
of pocket.
bodice is for, okay?
That's yeah, it's definitely no pockets on that one, sadly.
Damn it.
Maybe that's why no one bought it. No pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably, yeah.
All right. So are you happy with like that kind of combination?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
All right, cool. So, Lyris, your outfit. So everybody else is like sort of like gets more towards like checking out in their area, and you guys each have to pay. I will say for uh Alora's, yours is more of a sort of general like garment. So I would say yours would be 10 gold but for
Ooh.
your outfit. Um Delilah, yours is a bit more specialized. Yours has a bit more like more specifications that you might need to hem down for your size a little bit. Sorry, it's just how it works. And like sort of modifying some areas, but making sure like you have full mobility, able to fight monsters, kick ass, do that kind of thing, and
Mhm.
plus make it kind of your style. He also offers to put some like purple elements onto like sort of like the fur jacket or whatever, like it's more the cape element, so that whenever it's going in the wind, it looks super purpley and nice. If you want that.
Ooh, yeah, all right then. That's a shout.
All right, so he had some purple secondary detail onto the fur coat itself, on like sort more towards the like sort of like going from like a light fade at the top to going sort of like darker at the bottom, kind of spreading out more like individual lines, like kind of stripes sort of thing, a little bit,
Ooh.
kind of and it's sort of like going from faded to more thicker lines at the bottom.
Gotta
It's
be
very
repping my
stylish.
style.
And he offers to do that for free, but for your entire outfit, I would say that sets you back about 15 gold.
15 gold. Okay, cool. Right, what is that? Take away 15.
35. Sorry, what's
Hang
your...
on. No,
How much
I'm
gold do you
working out.
have?
A lot.
Okay. While she does
Pretty
that...
sure I looted like a shit ton from that drow, I'm pretty sure, which
Yeah.
is why I have so much. That's why I gave that other guy the 5 gold. I was like, I don't need it, genuinely.
Well, this has been the first time that our group has actually been near any shops. We've just survived all this time
True.
on
That's very
rations.
true.
Listen, it's been a lot of
We've been
intense camping. It's been a lot of camping, a lot of like sleeping on the ground. Now you guys get a shot,
Mm.
get levity. Apocalypse might be happening. So you know what? I'm a nice DM. We get apocalypses, but then you get a shopping to
Yay!
kind of relax and
Shopping
Yeah.
talk about clothes and like what you want your character to wear and drawings and stuff. It's all cool. It's all nice.
So how much is mine going to cost?
So you guys I will note before we get to your like the payment of yours and
Mhm.
what like until then, because I know yours is a bit more special. Probably takes a few hours. During that time, you guys have, I would say, you guys have a 3 to 4 hour time period. Laura and Delilah, you guys have a time period where you could do anything you want before that time period. If you want to go like catch up on buying anything else in that time period, otherwise we can just skip to when it's finished and sort of like early after, like I would say around 2 o'clock ish is when it would be. And then
In that time,
it would. Mhm.
as a quick interaction, and this could have been happening with Lyris as like, you know, I didn't want to interrupt, but like whilst Alora and Delilah were kind of looking around the wares and just deciding what they want, like considering that I put in my order pretty much straight away, we could role play it that Lyris left the store during that interaction in terms of time. What I want to do is I want to go see if there's any locals kind of hanging around, or maybe just go into another shop just purely to speak to a local. And because I want to ask a couple of questions. Is it worth? Yeah, if you know, are there any locals around for me to have a quick chat to?
So yeah, you do see around there are like you can see there's like more locals that seem like more like civilians rather what like you've been seeing a lot of like military around and just kind of you can see like more civilians and just kind of like it's just mine like some are putting like their clothes up on clotheslines, some are like doing like doing like sweeping their porch kind of thing outside their house or whatever. Like if you get more towards like the residential section of Droda, like sort of
What
on the
about any
outside areas.
what about any like standard guards? Kind of like people that are, I'm looking around to see if there's anyone that isn't specifically, part of the war effort because they're probably already gone, but like standard townsmen, guards, people
Yeah,
that.
there's plenty of those. If there's like one manning a street corner just to make sure no act, just make sure to monitor activity in the area. So
Okay, so I'm gonna head up to him. Hello, good sir. Joe, do you have a moment of your time? I just have a couple of quick questions. Don't worry, I'm not here to tell you about Jesus.
sure, what do you want?
Me and my group, we're heading out to Failgon shortly. We're just getting some garments prepared for us, and I just wanted to ask a local. Have you ever heard of? Apparently, there's a boat southeast of Droga, a boat that can take us across the river into Failgon. As you can probably imagine, with what's going on, we can't exactly just go straight over there. I wonder if you've heard any stories or any rumors or anything that might help us with finding this way across the river.
He kind of thinks for a second. You can see he's like kind of walking. Interesting question.
And I kind of jingle my coin purse. We're like, we can make it worth your while for the information. We appreciate that times are tough, and with war going on, I understand there's not really much you can always say. But and I jingle the bag again. We could really use this information.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Oof, rolls. Sorry, ignore that. I accidentally clicked on something to send it through.
That's
Sorry.
right. So 14.
He kind of like looks. He doesn't make eye contact with you. Kind of like he goes from making eye contact with way. And you see him be like, he like looks away from your direction and he says, I heard there is a group of people near the southeastern portion towards the end of the sort of divot that goes into the river, that there is a group of people that would be willing to do that kind of thing of get you to Failgon. I do not know who these people are, but I think that they would be able to help you with that, sir.
And just to clarify, when you say near the end of the river, as in near the opening to where the two rivers meet, or where the at the end of it?
It would be south of here, right when then like that sort of like reserve area begins, right? Like at the end, it's like sort of on the west of the reserve.
Okay.
Here, I'll draw on the map like where he's describing. He's like right here.
And I've literally just put it on the recording as well. So for those watching on YouTube, that we're referring to that little kind of where the river starts, bottom right now. Okay, cool. Lovely. Thank you. So do you know what the is this group other orcs like yourself? Is it are they loyal to Droda?
I cannot give out that kind of information.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, and I wish you good health in the current war situation.
Thank you, sir. Move along.
And I go back to the store. And in terms of your question you said earlier about like, do we want to just skip the next 2 or 3 hours? Unless the other two have anything they need to do, like I'm happy now to just kind of mingle around waiting for my armor to be finished.
How much did you bribe him, Charlie? With the
that's a good question.
Coins?
We'll say we'll say a single gold piece. I'm sure that to a guard, that's quite a lot.
Yep, that is quite a lot. So you're good.
I don't think we
Right.
have a concept of how much gold is actually worth, do we?
No, not really.
No.
A gold
It's a lot.
is quite a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say
it's 10
yeah.
silver or 100 copper. 100, like usually like a full like meal at like a restaurant or like a tavern would be like 5 to 10 copper. So it's
And
quite a
gold
lot of
is-
money.
Yeah.
It's like almost it's basically 100. It's like basically $100 bill
Well,
essentially.
we've all got so much money because we haven't spent any so far, and I
Yeah,
can't see us
exactly.
really spending much in Failgone now. So it's like, yeah, splash it out. Okay, cool. Anyone
I
else
do
got
have
anything
a
they want to do?
question. Does Delilah leave the store at any point?
I'd imagine so. You're not going to sit in there for 3 hours. You're probably like, unless you've got anything else you'd want to do, you'd probably be lingering with us.
To
Maybe.
be honest, I said that after I looked at the dress, I then went to kind of go over to the direction of Alora. And yeah, I probably I would have been spending my time, I think, with Alora pretty much.
Damn it, my plan's foiled.
Oh, just tell me to fuck off. It's fine.
Fuck off! I'm trying a hoodie.
Does Delilah go and take any fresh air at any point? Please say yes.
Mind control powers.
No, I'm joking. Okay,
charm
okay.
person.
You probably would have come out and hang out with me, I guess.
I mean, I'd probably once I decided, I'd probably be looking all around the store. So I wouldn't be with you all the time. But I would be I'd probably go back to the dress, to be honest. I'd probably go back and look at it and be looking. I'd be looking at everything basically. There's a lot of clothes and shit here that I've never seen before. So I'd be like, oh my god, what is
So
this?
you wouldn't
oh my god, what
leave
is
the
it?
store at any point?
No, I wouldn't leave the store. No, but I'd be all around it. I'd be looking everywhere. Why?
No, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It completely doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, I won't necessarily always be with you. I'd just be because it's a big store. I'd be over here.
I think she wants to buy you the
and then
dress.
Something would come out of the corner of her. I'd be like, oh, that's pretty, and then I'd run over there,
Okay.
and then I'd be like, oh, but wait, maybe what if I need to get those little snow tracks on my shoes? And I'd go and take a look over there and be like,
Okay,
no, that's
right.
not necessary.
When Delilah isn't looking, Alora goes over to the really pretty green dress.
Do it.
Hang on,
Called it.
passive perception. I got my passive perception. I might spot you.
All right, roll for stealth, Alora.
Are you kidding me? You're a nice fucking friend.
Let's
Fuck me.
go. No, I'm enjoying this. Let's go.
Oh shit. Hang on. Stealth? Really? I've got a +5.
I mean, you have I don't know unless you have a spell that helps with stealth.
Yeah, that passes my
16.
passive perception. Yeah, it does.
Okay, so yeah, you're able to sneak past.
Cool. Right. She goes up to this fucking dress. Bear in mind, she's really angry already. She's just trying to elevate her mood to come down.
Yeah. And she
I'm
goes
just
up-
saying. I'm just saying you could have used this.
Oh,
For the record, I just put fear in the spell slot, which it creates a fantastic image of your fear, a 30-foot cone. So Ree would just be like a ghoul chopping his fuck.
She would have spawned my dad in there. She would have spawned Delilah's dad in there and just been like, fuck!
Right.
if you really want to use a spell slot or something. I just thought that
No,
was
I'm
funny.
good. I mean,
She's so
I
fun.
passed anyway. Right. So Alora goes up to this fucking dress and she looks at it and she looks over to Delilah and she's like, And she picks up I really hope I get the right dress because I can't change my mind. The dark green one, the nice, pretty, emerald green one. And she kind of sneaks it over and she goes to the guy and she's like, how much for this?
Oh, it's a bit nice, but I will say it has been around for a while, so I'll give you a bit of a discount.
Sorry, Millie's camera just
I
decided
would
to yeet itself off.
say 20 gold pieces sounds about nice.
Do you know who my father is?
Are you actually going to say that?
No, because I don't want to get caught.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the run. Um, 20.
You could
Oh,
haggle.
God. Oh, God. Yeah, I want to haggle.
I
Like,
realize I got
Okay.
shit
I mean, we're
stuff
doing
Alright, so
going
go-
on,
bolt
right?
buy.
All right, so
what's a
go ahead
nice
and say what you're gonna say, and then roll persuasion check. So you say what you got to say to try and persuade,
I don't know how to persuade. I don't know how to flirt.
or you could use fear, I
What
guess, if you want to try. If you
I
want to
don't
do
want to fear
fear.
him. No, I want to be nice. Actually,
Okay, put yourself. Don't think about what Millie would do. Think about what Alora would do.
yeah, she's grumpy.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to scare him though.
Do whatever your character would do.
She taps her staff, right? Her little staff that she has. She taps it, and little flames kind of like come out.
Oh
Right?
yeah. It catches
Yeah.
fire.
Catches fire, and she's like twirls it around. She's like, "Shame if this would catch fire to these lovely clothes you have going on around here."
Okay, go ahead and roll an intimidation check. With, roll an intimidation check with advantage.
Some kind of character development for Alora today.
Actually, I'll say without advantage. Without,
11.
11 regardless.
11. I would say that's about 15 now.
Perfect. That's lovely. It's so nice that you let me do this amazing thing for my friend. I really, really appreciate it. She gives him 15 gold, and she's like, "You good sir, have a lovely day."
It's
and
"You
she goes
too."
back to the boots, and she's staring at the boots now. She's got. Is there anything I can hide this dress in? Can I put it in my rucksack?
Can I get a gift wrap?
Give me a
Gift
gift
wrap?
wrap.
Yeah, I mean, he gives you like a box for it. I mean,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's like 2 D&D meta or something like that. I'll say a card box.
Yeah.
What I
sounds
like
good.
about this is that Millie knows me so well that she knows exactly which one of the 2 dresses Delilah was actually going to be wanting, because Delilah
the
is
ultimate
essentially an
metagame.
extension of myself, but less inhibitions of
I'm just so good.
you really are.
But yeah, so now I have that.
You do.
And I
You now
actually
have that.
You're waiting
really
to
feels guilty for the way that she treated the guy. But Alora is just done. She's
Yeah.
just like, that fucking orc that was snoring. I don't care any orc now. I'm just on my hit list.
Now after that, the guy's actually going to work on Lyrus's outfit a little bit faster.
Yay!
And spit on it like, fuck this group.
At least like shaved off 30 minutes.
Cool. Nice one.
There we go.
All right, so I think we're now going to wait out till the rest of the time.
All right, we'll say it is now 1:30 in the afternoon when he finishes. Sun is just past middle of the sky, and it is now time for you guys to go and retrieve Lyrus's outfit. Lyrus, you see now that your outfit is now infused with your special Steelfist Legion plate armor, and you now have it is sort of a long, all-encompassing outfit that allows you that has your armor attached to it. It is actually he actually kind of I'll say in this instance you didn't explicitly tailor with him like where you get your measurements or anything like that. But I will say for this the sake of just being nice to you that it is very well tailored to your person, so it is very it keeps your body well, and you have sort of like a it's sort of it goes all the way down to your ankles or at a certain point, and sort of there is fur that lines you all the way down, and it is infused with your armor. So your entire
Awesome.
armor outfit is now infused with this fur coat fur outfit that allows you now to better just do your own thing. You do paladin things.
The way I imagine it in my head is imagine if every piece of armor on my body just has fur sticking out the edge of it almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You now are reinforced and
Ooh woo. All right, cool. So yeah, imagine we've got all of. Oh wait, he didn't charge me yet.
yeah. So for your outfit, it was a custom. So I would say 20.
Yep, that's fine. I can spare that. Okay, cool.
I mean, I can get my staff out again if you want.
How much money do you guys have? Because I got a shit ton from that drow.
I don't think I have as much. I have 29 gold left.
I have
Sorry.
30.
You probably have hundreds, don't you?
We're just poor.
Yeah, really, you got tons.
Maybe I shouldn't have bought her the dress.
Yeah, she could buy it herself. Perfectly fine.
I can. I really can, but I didn't. Okay,
I know. I
think I
think I gave her like 200 gold from the dress.
Yeah.
Though I'm starting to think that even Drybos doesn't know how much fucking money I have right now.
I'm
'Cause
sure
I've
I
just been
don't.
stockpiling it after looting it. Do you want me to message you and let you know?
No, I can already check your character sheet.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Holy fuck! What the fuck?
I promise I haven't been cheating or anything like that. I haven't added more in there or anything. That's just what you've told me.
Whoa.
That's just what I've gotten from
All right.
looting.
Yeah. No.
Because I've
Fair
been
play.
the one
Fair
who's been
play.
like,
Yeah. Well,
digging
you killed
through
the
stuff.
Steelfist Legion officer, which is like a big lot of money on.
Yeah, she had a lot of money.
All right. It's fine. All right.
At what point
So-
does gold become platinum?
One platinum is 10 gold.
Okay.
Okay. So you guys now are able to leave for Failgun whenever you guys actually making pretty good time as well with the after.
Yeah, so I'm gonna presumably everybody's now outside. We've got all of our winter gear on, and we're all fed for the day. We've all had our jar of randomness. I'm basically out of character. I'm basically just going to I'm going to push the group into, right, okay, look, we really should leave now. We've spent the morning getting ready. We want to make the most of all of the remaining daylight. And I'm also going to relay my conversation to the other two to kind of say, look, I've investigated a little bit more as to this potential ferry. And my suggestion is that we head directly kind of southeast to try and locate this group that might be able to ferry us sneakily across to Failgun. Is there anything that either of your characters would kind of say to me in explaining that, or would you go along with it?
Go along with
it. So your plan is to go to the ferry, right?
Yeah, but the idea being, and we can talk about this in character if you want, but, I'm going to strictly be against going across the bridge, because although I could probably talk my way going through the bridge, unless I'm pretending that you two are my prisoners, there's no way they'd let any outsiders to go just straight across like that. So my suggestion is that we go for that river, try and locate that group that has a way of ferrying us across, and kind of go across to the across to Failgon that way, and then go north to Milstead.
Okay. Yeah, because I've got it written here that it says take the boat tour.
Yeah,
So
so
I
I'm
don't
guessing
know if
that's the
there's
boat
an
tour.
actual tour where it's like, if you look on your left,
Yeah, it's
You'll
not
see
that.
see
active
Failgon,
war.
who have been destroying all of our country, killing countless people of our culture. And yeah, isn't it so pretty? And then if you look on the right, you'll see our war-ravaged nation. But pretend that didn't happen.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, long story short, I'll just agree. We'll just go by the boat.
Cool. So in which case, we are going to leave Droda through the eastern gate and head directly south off the beaten track, because there's not an actual path down there, and start heading towards the thing on foot.
Okay, so I would say for this particular area, it would take you guys around, like, I'll say by before nightfall, like right before nightfall is when you guys would get there. It takes about a day to get to the bridge, and it may not look right distance wise, but it would you guys are gonna get there like by nightfall essentially if you guys leave now.
Yeah, I think that is the plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so you guys begin heading there. Everybody roll a. Is anybody gonna be keeping watch while you guys are like just walking, or?
I mean,
I'm gonna be keeping an eye out just because we literally just came from a war zone and now we're getting closer and closer to Failgon. Yeah, I'd be keeping an eye out.
yeah, I think
Those who are keeping watch, roll perception for me. If you or a one person roll with advantage.
I think we'll have a roll. Well, I am blind.
Okay. Yeah, so
rolled a
I rolled
four.
a
Not a nat
15,
20.
Millie rolled a natural 20, and Charlie rolled a 4. For
All right. Well, you guys are
the
doing
new
pretty well.
the new fur of my armor is just covering my eyes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend you guys put on the outfits now. You
Yeah, we're gonna be boiling hot.
Absolutely sweating. Yes. Yeah, you guys are gonna be absolutely sweaty. You probably should do that or something, but whatever. So you guys go and continue down, and as you guys do get closer, Alora is the that there is a sort of a campfire being constructed in this area to in whether and you can kind of see smoke like as like the sort of the darker night of the sunset. Nothing eventful has happened and before you guys reach there. But you guys do notice that there is a smoke like sort of a smoke trail. And whenever you guys start to get a little bit more closer, like when Ria, when you begin to see it, when Delilah begins to see the smoke as well, and like that sort of that like get closer, you see the fire is extinguished from the distance, and you can see the glow of the light is no longer there as you guys get closer.
Okay. So that was a camp. That was a campsite that was like out of our initial kind of vision, but it's like it's in the distance basically.
Yeah, on the horizon, basically.
Okay. I'm going to stop where I'm walking, and I'm going to look at Lyris, and I'm going to say, I think there's people ahead of us, but well, I mean, I'll basically just relay what you just said to me. It's like that I just saw the light from a campfire, and now it's gone out. And not gonna lie, I'm pretty suspicious.
Okay, well, I spoke to a guard when we were still in Droga. I did ask the question about this group that run the ferry service. I did ask, are they orcs? Are they friendly? Which to me would be quite a simple answer of surely if they were friendly, he would have been like, yes, sure, that's Bob the boatman. So the fact that he withheld that information does make me a little bit suspicious. I agree. How about
So he didn't tell you at all about who runs it?
I simply asked, are they orcs, and who do they serve allegiance to? Are they friendly? And he simply said that that's not information that he could give. So I agreed that we should move with caution by this point, and definitely considering we've got the upper hand, that we know that they were there, and we haven't got any lights on at the moment, so I doubt they've seen us. I feel like we should definitely move towards them. They might, we can't avoid the people that we are inevitably here to see, but we should definitely see if we can maybe scout them first and get an idea of firstly who they are, but secondly make sure that it's not Felgen soldiers maybe camping the outskirts of Droga.
See, I think that there's a possibility that they do know that we're here, because the fire was lit and then it extinguished itself. And I could tell that it was extinguished. So either they know that we are coming, or they're being approached by someone else.
True. I mean, I paid the guard quite well, so I wouldn't imagine that he's tipped them off. If that doesn't lead me to believe that it's more likely to be Steelfist Legion soldiers, as maybe they were trying to. I mean, that could be anyone. Maybe they're just extinguishing the fire so that they aren't seen at night. Although it is quite, they don't necessarily need the fire for warmth at night in this region, so they might be doing it to stay secret. Especially as they're so close to the Felgun border, that could mean that they are, they are friendly and they're just trying to not be seen by by Steelfist Legion. It could also arguably be that they are Steelfist Legion and they're trying to hide themselves whilst they're there. So I think our best course of action is to approach, but sneakily, and try and get eyes on who they are. But yeah, maybe we could take a bit of a detour around and approach from a different direction in case they have seen us.
Honestly, I think that it's best if we just head straight there, to be honest.
But do it sneakily?
The likelihood that isn't, I would say, warily.
Okay.
Let's be ready for any kind of conflict, but let's not give off the wrong impression as well,
Of course. Yep, that's absolutely fine. In which case, let's let's move on forward, but just keep our wits about us. And hopefully we'll be with them before it's too dark, and therefore put ourselves at risk.
Let's hope so.
Okay, so as you guys warily walk there, as you can, walking a bit slower than usual, just to make sure that you're not like
Being
in
loud.
a bubble. Yeah, being too loud, kind of noise. You guys kind of get closer, and by the time you guys do get to the area where you saw the campfire get extinguished, it does get a bit darker. So you're a bit more obscured, and they're more obscured. So it works both ways for you guys.
Okay.
As you guys get closer, you guys are about 20 feet from wherever you saw the campfire. Unless you guys want to get that close, let me know. But you guys continue to walk until you get about 20 feet from where you saw, like where you can guess the campfire was extinguished. And you guys then you hear this voice say, "Stop right there. Identify
Um,
yourselves."
I I'm sorry, you'll have to remind me because you know that I have the Eldritch Invocations.
Yes.
Um, I recall us talking about whether they are always active or whether I have to activate them myself, but I don't remember what solution we came to.
Oh yeah. So I think in for Eldritch Invocation, you need to like get your
I need to what? Sorry.
invoke it yourself.
Okay, I would like to invoke Devil's Sight then, which
Okay.
is essentially dark vision.
Okay. And you're able to see it quite a bit of ways, aren't you? Like a couple. It's a while away, right? Or is this just your
It's
regular
yeah.
vision
It says I
from?
can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So whenever you see this, so whenever you when would you like to hear that?
I would like to kind of activate it as we're approaching sort of the area
As it
where
got
I can
dark.
like where the fire was. Yeah, because like it's getting dark, and I would like to see if there's anybody hiding anyway. Sorry, I should have
Okay. So
mentioned that
as
before.
you invoke it, you don't get the full on like purple eyes, but you notice. I don't know if anybody's looking at you. That you're either of your group, but they do notice that you're like you sort of get like a purple like tint to your eyes, like a little bit beneath your iris and such. And you notice like your like the whites of your eyes kind of become a bit more like just sort of a little bit of a purple tone, just a little bit to notice like something you're using something, but your group doesn't know that.
Mhm.
And as you get closer, you can begin to see sort of like crates in getting closer to where you are. You can see like there's like supplies, or you could guess there's like supplies or something like that in that area. There's obviously the campfire that is extinguished, and you can see like silhouettes of about 4 people.
Okay.
And whenever you
Um,
get, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say that as we were approaching, once I see those four silhouettes, I'm going to stop uh, Lyris and Alora, and I'm just going to be basically like looking at them, the silhouettes essentially to see what they do, and considering they haven't got firelight right now, I am assuming that they have either a dark vision of their own, or that they have they have heightened senses essentially. So I'm just kind of like, yeah.
And now I'm going to ask a question to you, Drybones, but like essentially this
Yeah.
question would be me asking Delilah, which would ask you, like, to save that chain. So are the silhouettes kind of like, what are they doing? Are they just kind of standing around? Do they almost seem like almost like crouched, like, sneaking around? Like
Mm,
what sort of
As you
position are they
get
in?
closer, you notice that they like sort of draw something, like it's sort of like draw a bow position or whatever. Like whenever you get closer, like, especially when they say stop,
mm.
identify yourselves, they draw bows for
Okay.
us. You don't know why, but they draw bows against you, and then say, "We'll assume that you guys got there," and they say, stop right there, identify yourselves."
My
Your death. No, I'm checking.
my name is my name is Lyris Mornshield. Who are you?
So, so Ria, I'll explain what you
Mhm.
see because you're one able to. You're able to see all their faces now. They are all wearing they're wearing the same undershirt as Lyris is. They're all, but you can see make a perception check for me, just a regular perception check because you have regular sight.
I got a 12.
Okay, not terrible. So you're able to see the disassembled armored plating of Steelfist Legion armor on the floor to like their right or whatever, meaning that they don't have their armor on right now, but they are wearing the undershirt that Lyris wears, which you know to be the Steelfist Legion undershirt, or like something similar to it, basically something that supports the leather. And the
Okay.
chainmail is off of each of them too, and you can see all of them. They vary. Most all of them are human. They all are. They all are male. They all two of them have sort of like like darker, like sort of darker skin, and those are the two that are like sort of have bow and arrows like notched in order to they notched arrows in order to get ready to open fire, just like to threaten basically.
Hmm.
You get the sense that they when they drew bows at you, they kind of did so by like they using their senses. They're not really like, because obviously if they're human, they don't have dark vision, so they can't really
Yeah.
see.
Are they
From
just
what you
kind
can
of like
tell,
pointing in like
Our
our
general
general
direction,
direction
yeah.
rather than
yeah,
actually
basically,
at
you can
us?
kind of
Okay.
notice that they're kind of not pointing in your general direction, but they are kind of like they still have bow and arrows pointed at you, but you can infer that they have just sensing it.
Okay.
Otherwise, there's two other like white gentlemen. They are one of them is sort of has like this jet black hair. It goes like all the way down to like cover hit like right about, I don't know, like right now near the temples or
Temples?
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the temples, and it kind of like goes out a little bit, kind of like curls out a little bit, but it's like nice and combed or whatever, and it's below that it's a bit shaved or whatever, and it's very and he has like freckles, and he is just sort of he I would say he's in his like early 20s. And the other one is a more of a like a sturdier, like more built gentleman. The first guy was kind of skinny. The second one is more built, like he's more muscular, and he has like he's more of a defined jawline, and he also has like black hair, but it's sort of a comb back or whatever. And he seems like
Hmm.
very like the muscle of the group if there was one.
So
Okay.
obviously I wouldn't have heard any of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to whisper to Alora and Delilah and say, move around me. I'm going to go in and pretend I'm by myself. Move around. I've got a plan. If it doesn't work out, then you're in the sidelines ready to assist if this turns wrong.
See, I've got a plan as well.
What's I mean, I'm guessing we're far enough away that whispers won't be here. What's your plan?
I'll distract them, see what they want. Hopefully they'll zero in on me. And if things go south, then you can take them from behind in a
Ooh-woo.
not pornographic way.
Well, look, considering at this talking out of character thing, considering no, I was saying character. Well, considering I've already shouted out to them, it's going to be a bit odd if your voice then doesn't sound like mine. Look, I'm thinking if they are, and obviously I don't know what you've just seen. If they are orcs, if they are from this region, then I can convince them that I just helped them in Droga and befriend them. And if they are
Steelfist Legion.
okay, well that's even better for me to go ahead because I can find a way to either convince them that I'm still part of the Steelfist Legion or convince them otherwise. They won't necessarily attack me straight away if they see my armor, whereas they might just shoot on sight to you.
But now they know your surname.
Don't worry, I've got
trying to keep it from us.
I've got a plan. Don't you worry. If you guys go around the sides, and if my conversation doesn't work, if they start attacking me, then you know what to do.
Okay. Upon hearing that, I'm going to cast Cloak of Shadows, which is my turn invisible for 6 seconds, or until I get attacked or cast a spell. And I am going to move to the basically like I'm imagining that like we're here, the fire is here along with like the people around it. I'm going to go over here. So I'm going to
around the
go
right-hand
on
side of
my
us.
right over and just kind of basically like circle round invisible.
To their
and
left.
right as my spell is about to end, I will kind of like duck behind a tree and just like keep watch because they know they can't see me like I can see them.
All right, good to know. 1 second.
Laura, you can do the same.
I
by the way.
believe Alora also has
Okay.
dark vision, so
Yeah.
You're a half elf, right? Right, Millie?
Oh wait, I
Is
thought I did
a
have.
half
She
elf
is,
don't
she's a
have
half elf,
dark
yeah.
vision?
You
I
should.
don't
Oh,
think half
okay.
elves have dark vision.
I know
It says
that
I do. It says
Oh,
I
you
have
do
dark.
have. Okay, all right. Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
I know that yours is
It's been a
slightly
minute.
different. I know that yours is slightly different to mine. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
60
for
feet
you,
rather than 120.
darkness is and darkness for dark vision is dim light, whereas I can see normally in dim light
Yeah.
in
So
darkness.
Delilah does have better vision in this instance. Like Alora, it's like if you were kind of walking.
Oh, your
Rhea,
mic
it's like
really
it's like
cut
you're
out
in a
there.
fully lit room. I mean, it's like you're wearing night vision goggles. Actually, just imagine it like that.
Okay, and what was it like for Millie? Because your voice cut out. Sorry.
For Millie, it seems more like a it's like sort of a dim room that you walk into, not much lighting or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so if they've moved to the side, I'm going to have my hands up at this point in time and just walk forward and go. So okay, so firstly, what do they say back to when I go? My name is Lyris Mornshield. What's your name?
They say they like pause for a minute. They're like you kind of hear like a what like
They're having their own. They're having their own huddle.
they're like, yeah, like what do we say? What do we say? It's like he's like he's like they're like we'll be with you in a minute. Yeah, that's just they're like we're transporters.
I'm stepping forward with my hands up. I'm going to come into the light. Okay, my hands are up. I am no threat to you, and I do that. Take a few short steps forward.
Proceed.
Okay, so I step forward until such time that I can see them and they can see me.
Yes, you see all the figures that Rhea just saw. So now they come into your vision because of your, and you can see them pointing arrows directly at you right now.
So I keep my hands
And
up.
they say,
"Can I see the Steelfist Legion armor now on the floor to them?"
yes.
Okay. Okay. What do they say?
They say, "Are you Steelfist Legion?"
I'm going to be honest. I was. What about yourselves?
How you left?
I'm by the look of the armor, and I kind of like just I'm guessing it's generally a bit battered and bruised. I see that you, whether you are or have stepped away yourselves, you've been part of it. You've seen just how badly it's been led, and some of the disgusting things that the Steelfist Legion have done. I couldn't be part of it anymore, and by the looks of it, you guys have stepped away too. You're too far away from a larger camp. I suspect that you've done the same thing.
Well, you're lucky. We're a bunch of wuzzes as well.
And kind of
Previous enlistments.
Has-beens.
I put my hands down at this point.
Has-beens. We're a bunch of wuzzes as well.
Well, I see we're on the same side then.
Seems like that, yeah. My name is Kaz.
Nice to meet you, Kaz. Now,
Kaz Dokrig.
well, Kaz, please don't be alarmed. But and I go, I kind of
I heard that
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah, Kaz is the one who is by the way, the freckled one with like the hair.
yeah.
That's just letting you know. He's a bit skinnier.
And then I'm guessing Alora and Delilah, you guys are going to approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will approach somewhat, cautiously. Can I do that though? I don't think I can. That would be like just purely for looking cool. So yeah, I'll just leave it.
They do draw their arrows in the direction where they heard noise. Just like
It's okay.
Just like
It's okay.
Like the two guys.
They're with me. We weren't sure of how you were going to react to us. So as you can imagine, you've had the same training. We had to take precautions. The old pincer movement, but they're friendly. They'll cause you no harm. You're friends of ours if you've left the Steelfist Legion.
Yeah,
Are they
we're
Steelfist
with him,
Legion as
but we're
well?
not like with him. You know what I mean?
Are they Steelfist Legion as well?
They're not Steelfist Legion. They are They are from other parts of this land. We can
We're
They
weirdos.
they denotch the arrows from firing. They're just they go and you see one of them like lights a torch and then goes back and lights the campfire again. And now everybody has like sight on with one another. And they says, "All right, friends of Lyris Mornshield, my name is Kaz. Particularly, it's Kazer, but Kaz for short, Kaz Dokrig. I am a previous Steelfist Legion soldier. It is a pleasure to meet you. That is, if you are meaning to get our services. That is, well,
Services.
well, it's weird to say. We say we're a bunch of wuzzes in the Steelfist Legion, but that's not exactly true. We have a role to play within the Steelfist Legion.
So you
And
haven't
is that-
announced your legionship.
We're
Are you
all members,
You
but
double playing them.
it's complicated. If you want, we could tell you on the way. But first, before we talk about our secrets and our dirty secrets, it is time for you to pay us if you want passage across this area, because we are just about to leave in a few minutes. Actually, you caught us at the right time.
So to confirm, you are the people we were looking for. So are you the group that will get us secret passage into Felgon?
That is what we do. Yes, transfer supplies and people. And you see two, because the fire is lit, you guys can like vague to like basically rowboats. Enough for supplies and people. When they don't have people, you can assume they get ropes and like hitch them together. So enough to carry a few people, just barely your group, basically.
So I'm going to get out my coin of all seeing and kind of do the standard flip the coin and go, so how much is this going to cost us?
Okay, so you do that. And do you guys, Aurora, Delilah, do you want to deafen yourselves?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Charlie, they're all blue.
Okay, good to know.
Awesome.
Thank you for doing that.
We should fear them.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Get out,
Did someone say
BBG.
Run away. No, I'm just joking. Okay, cool.
And secretly a mimic comes out of the shadow.
the boat was the mimic.
They're liches, yeah.
Okay, so what did they say about the price question?
We can bring your travel across, but it's gonna cost you a little bit.
How much?
Well, first off, it's not just money that this costs. We have to know what you're doing in Failgun. We can't just bring anyone in there.
We're fucking up the entire military order. Anyway, how much is it going to cost us?
Well, hold back. What?
What my
You heard me.
What my friend means to say is that we have unfinished business with the Steelfist Legion, and we have a greater purpose for our mission there.
Great purpose.
You must crazy.
I go like.
Say that again.
Sorry, you can even
Yeah.
you can I didn't even get picked up. Like greater purpose.
So, would you have happened to have felt that rumble, earthquake, just last night?
Yeah, we were in the area last night, gathering supplies for our trip back, and we saw that. That was something we don't know. We just assumed it was a small quake.
Well, for the price of administration, we can share with you exactly what that was.
Ooh, trade of information. I like this. You guys seem knowledgeable.
And a few
Make a
civil-
persuasion check that your thing is worth it. Like you got to
The world
persuade
is
him that your
fucky.
information. You got to persuasion that
23.
23.
Ooh, nice.
Okay. He says, "All right, you go first."
So that earthquake that we felt. I'm not sure how much you've seen it in this area or Felgon. I'm not sure how it's been, but there has been a recent uprising, shall we say, in creatures not of this land that have been coming from beneath the earth's crust. I know if you have you seen any of this for yourself?
There have been monsters popping up in Failgon recently, and usually they die in the cold. And they go in them, especially when they dig up in the mountain. But we just assumed that was some, I don't know, times come and go. I guess waves of
Well, what if I told you that those monsters you've seen, they outnumber all creatures on the surface, and they have a leader or something that they follow. I don't even know if we can call it a leader. We've all seen it with our own eyes, believe us, and apparently it has now attacked Farados, specifically Thessagia. And that earthquake you heard was, we don't know the full extent, but we may as well consider it the flattening of Thessagia. And it's not underselling it to say that the reason for our trip to Failgon could be the difference between saving the surface world.
They all start laughing. They all start laughing, and they're like, "Man, you guys got some funny stories. Wow, you guys are pretty crazy." Okay, well, I mean, if you want to be if you guys, I mean, you could have said earthquake. We would have believed you, bud. You didn't need to lie to us. We could, sure, because you seem genuine enough, we can take you with that information. Sure.
I am going to I'm gonna not quite cast Eldritch Blast. I'll leave it up to you about whether like I can do this or not.
What are you doing, Maria?
But shut up. Basically, I'm just it's almost like having a fireball, but like I'm gonna like hold my hand up, and it's gonna be like crackling with purple electricity, essentially purple lightning, as sort of the kind that happens when I do cast Eldritch Blast. My eyes will begin to go sort of purple, and my lips will begin to blacken as well. And
Okay, well
I will just say it's true. And if you don't believe me, well, sucks to be you.
they draw swords just in matters of defense, and they say, "Threats is not a way to get around here. We have the services you want, not the other way around. So let's be clear.
Well, then do not doubt my friend and what he says."
She's a feisty
You
one,
have
isn't
to
she?
understand. This is hard for me to believe in regardless if it came from Steelfist.
You're cutting out.
That's
It's
true.
you have to, yeah. It's hard for me to believe this, even if it is a person from the Steelfist Legion or not.
That's true. But really, you don't have much to be able to judge us on, considering you've never seen the horrors that we have unfortunately seen, considering that this giant, horrific calamity has hit Thessagia, where my family live quite currently. I don't believe I would be lying about that.
Well, I think. All right. Well, whatever. Just put back your swords. Whatever. Just he says.
Get on the boat.
All right. So you're yeah. Just are you? So you're in all of this just to. Are you being serious about wanting to overthrow the order of the Steelfist Legion?
Yes.
And we're gonna, and I turn around at this moment and say, I'm gonna be admitting the right of ranks.
You'll die. It's foolish.
I feel not. Marshallus has nothing on me. He's old. He's frail. I'll be able to easily outbest him.
You realize he's been in this position for a number of years,
which has made him
probably longer than your lifespan.
Which has made him naive. When was the last time you've seen him in battle?
Last week.
It's been a long time. I will say that. It is Jalen Shadow is not a man who's usually underestimated, but whenever he does appear in battle, he's worth 1,000 men. And the right of ranks is not something to be invoked by fools.
Well, believe me.
Good job he ain't a fool then.
And I've got a good teammate to back me up. Believe me, we will be able to get it done. And it is
Hopefully.
and it is going to be. We've already told you most of it. May as well tell you all. When I invoke the right of ranks and take his place, the Steelfist Legion will never be seeing the same dark days they have before. There will no longer be the fear of the rest of the world. And they are going to be marching north to assist in defeating this ongoing threat. and turn the tide for our race.
All right. Well, since your goals align with mine, we can always use more. So be willing to go ahead and get on the boat. We'll load the supplies for you. Welcome to Failgun, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, the warm welcome wasn't for you. And let me spoil a little bit for you. Your time in Failgun will never be warm. It is a cold, eternal hellscape. And I'm sure you, being a ex Steelfist Legion soldier, do not need me telling that to you.
I just hold up my arm and go, I got fur!
You certainly will need it. All right, everybody get on the boat. We're going to like hell if it was an eternal winter.
Cool. I get on the boat.
The moment I
We're
step
going to
foot
hell.
on this boat, I go.
Just immediately get seasick.
Yeah, I'm very uneasy getting onto this boat. I'm still trying to maintain like a bit of a glare on Kaz, and just saying like, I mean business, okay? If you fucking do anything to make my friends upset, then I'll kill you. But I'm also like looking a little bit green. I'm like,
I just imagine you like
put one toe on the boat and then vomit.
I just imagine you like trying to keep this stern look, but then like as soon as you act like you're like, but then as soon as you step on the boat.
Yeah.
I'm mostly just like.
Awesome.
All right. So it takes a few minutes for them to load on all the supplies. The muscular gentleman mainly does all like most of the lifting and to put the boxes in. He's like, these are supplies. These are weapons and food we have found in the area and we have taken. So, all right. So we're going to deliver these to more of our ranks, and we shall see what happens. And I'll tell you more of our story along the way. We're going to have a few hours to be chatting about our backstories and what our motivations are. So, but I hope you guys are all ready for the hell that will bring eternal winter. And that's what we're going to end today's session.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Nice.
Very nice. We're going to Failgun, baby.
What?
Going to Failgun. Woo!
I'm looking
I
forward
will
to
note
this.
before we end this, you guys level up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, cool.
yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna
You
do
guys
it right
you guys are leveling up
fucking
pretty
now.
quick. That's because I do want you guys to be able, because I know the way the story is headed. I know that you guys like. I want you guys to experience like the fun of like higher levels with with the way the story is going, because I don't. Because I want you guys to be able to enjoy it. So just for anybody watching, they are leveling up relatively quick. That is my decision generally, just because I want them to have cool stuff and be able to do cool stuff.
It doesn't feel quick to us
I
because
get
we play D&D like once every fucking blue moon.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in like the midst of a campaign, it probably is.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so
I gotta be
a bit faster,
nice.
just to make it more interesting. That's all.
Awesome. Also, before we end as well, if for those watching on the YouTube, obviously for those listening on Spotify or Apple Play, you probably wouldn't have noticed anything different. But for those watching on YouTube, you will have noticed that kind of like a quarter of the way into the session, we did turn our cams on for me, Delilah, and Laura. I'd appreciate some comments of feedback of, do you enjoy having the extra faces? And I should say that to finish off, we should all definitely wave towards Drybones, which for rear, it's over your left, up and over your left shoulder. Yeah, that kind of like that direction.
That
Yeah,
way?
yeah. Same thing for Bunny. Like look left and up. Okay, and then other way, and then like more up. All right, and then Drybones, you're gonna look down to your right. Other way. Sorry, it might be okay. Yeah, all right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Thanks, Mr. DM, for a great session. Thanks,
you.
man. Appreciate it.
No problem, guys. No problem. It is good to be back. I'm not going to make any promises scheduling, but we are going to try to at least get at the minimum one episode a month. But obviously,
I'd like
that.
I'd like that
So,
too.
So,
My
but
bad.
thank you for sticking with us throughout this episode. I know there's been a couple like weird techie things. Like I think my mic was cutting out, but I think I was able to fix it like in the last like 10 minutes or something like that. I think I realized what was up. But thank you for sticking with us.
We'll sort it out. It's fine.
Yeah, thank you for sticking with us and have a nice one. We love you guys very much. See you next time.
See you in the next
Bye-bye.
one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cue the music.